Okay, so as I was telling you in the last slide, it turns out there was a total solar eclipse in the year 2017, which wasn't that long ago. And the so-called, let's just say what this is called here, this path here is the path of totality, here. And that's where you would really see totality here. Let me choose a different color. It's not showing up so great here. But totality here refers sort of the full blockage. I don't even know if blockage is a word, but it's where the moon fully blocks the sun. And so if you were in this path right here, then you'd get the fullest effect of the moon coming in and fully blocking the sun, which is the most exciting. So it's definitely something you want to try to see. In other regions like here and here, you would still see a partial eclipse. You would still see the moon sort of move a little bit in the way of the sun, but you wouldn't see the full effect. Maybe you'd only get half as blocked or 3/4 blocked. So those are just fine as well, exciting. Definitely gets darker outside, kind of weird, but it's not the full effect. And so, as I said in the last video here, I went to Glendale, Wyoming solely for the reason of seeing the eclipse. Yes, I'm an eclipse chaser. I'll do it again in a heartbeat, and I like to tend to do these things on Earth. Go see the prime meridian and the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn, all those kind of things. It's fun and exciting, sort of the nature things, you know. Anyway, I'll just point out before I leave this slide that if you are interested in this, there'll be another eclipse in 2024. Okay, so it's in about 4 years from now, where the path is then going to come like this. I don't know which way the sun's going, something like this, but on April 8th, it'll again go through a large swath of North America. So of course most of you, I guess, live in California here, so you'll have to make some trek out to here, but I will be there. I'm not sure where, but I'm going. Okay. Here I am getting all ready for the eclipse, of course. Never look at the sun. But wait a minute, I want to. It's an eclipse. Okay, well, I bought these special eclipse glasses in order to do this. Okay, so I was ready. I was prepped, all ready to go. And notice the cool hat. Okay, this is in Glendale, Wyoming. And so I did not take these pictures. I just was totally unprepared. I was just there to enjoy myself, not do any science or pictures. So I just watched it. But generally what happened is you see the sun, then suddenly this bite comes in, and this is the moon moving in. So if you're going to sort of complete the picture of the moon is sort of this round, orange is just not a good color for this, is it? You would see the moon, this is the moon right here moving in. That's the round moon, and it's sort of moving in this direction here. So as you see, as time goes on, the bite gets bigger and bigger. Something really interesting happens right in the middle. And then here, this is where the moon here, once again, is moving away from the sun. So it keeps moving in the same direction, and it just gets further and further away until you're more or less back to the same sun again. I think the color is a bit different because it was getting later in the day and the sun was setting. Okay, so we'll talk about what happens there in just a second. And here it is. And it turns out that one of the big reasons you go to the sun is because this view here that you see, you never get to see unless there's an eclipse. And so what you see is this halo around the sun here, this part right here, which is called the corona. The corona here. And it's sort of this white, wispy, stuff. And what the stuff is, it turns out, is emission from the sun that you just don't normally get to see. It's very hot. It's something like 1 million degrees. And it's just an aspect of the sun, which I'll talk about when we talk about the sun here in some future videos, that you just can never see normally, because in normal cases, like you wouldn't see the corona here. And the reason why is because the sun here is just too bright. The corona is there, but you can't possibly see any white wispiness around the sun without blocking the major bright portion of the sun. And we let the moon do that for us, because remember, this dark thing we see here, this is actually the moon. We're seeing the backside of the moon completely block the sun, and so we get to see the corona, and it's just wonderful to see that pop up. I think you saw it a bit in the eclipse video that I showed you from Australia there. And so this is definitely what you wait for, and it just sort of is still too bright to see it here, but as soon as the moon moves just a little bit more, bang, blocks the sun, out it pops, you get to see the corona. You never get to see that unless there's an eclipse. So this is what it would look like here. And this is definitely you know, would I travel out there to go see the corona like that? Because it's just impossible to see these things unless you see a total eclipse like that. Even if there was a little bit of the sun getting through, you wouldn't be able to see the corona. Okay, continue in the next video.